open this day with the conch's moan, Omeros, as you did in my boyhood when I was a noun, gently exhaled from the palate of the sunrise. Only in you, across centuries of the sea's parchment atlas, can I catch the noise of the surf lines wandering like the shambling fleece of the lighthouse's flock, that cyclops whose blind eye shut from the sunlight. Then the canoes were galleys over which a frigate soared its scythe wings slowly. In you, the seeds of grey almonds guessed a tree's shape, and the grape leaves rusted like serrated islands, and the blind lighthouse, sensing the edge of a cape, paused like a giant, a marble cloud in his hands. This is how one sunrise we cut down them canoes. Philoctet smiles for the tourists who try taking his soul with their cameras. Once wind bring the news to the Loria canals, their leaves start shaking the minute the axe of sunrise hit the cedars, because they could see the axes in our own eyes. Wind lift the ferns. They song like the sea that feed us. Fishermen all our life, and the ferns nodded, yes, the trees have to die. So, fist jam in our jackets, 'cause the heights was cold, and our breath making feathers like the mist. We passed the rum. When it came back, it give us the spirit to turn into murderers. I lift up the axe and pray for strength in my hands to wound the first cedar. Dew was filling my eyes, but I fire one more white rum. Then we advance. For some extra silver under a sea almond, he shows them a scar made by a rusted anchor, rolling one trouser leg up with the rising moon of a conch. Oh, it has puckered like the corolla of a sea urchin. He does not explain its cure. It have some things, he says, worth more than $1. Although smoke forgets the earth from which it ascends, and nettles guard the holes where the laurels were killed, an iguana hears the axes clouding each lens over its lost name when the hunched island was called Ionalau, where the iguana is found. But, taking its own time, the iguana will scale the rigging of the vines in a year. Its dewlap fanned, its elbows akimbo, its deliberate tail moving with the island, the slit pods of its eyes ripened in a pause that lasted for centuries, that rose with the Arawak smoke until a new race unknown to the lizard stood measuring the trees. These were their pillars that fell, leaving a blue space for a single god where the old god stood before. The first god was a gommier. Now, over the pastures of bananas, the island lifted its horns. Sunrise trickled down its valleys, blood splashed on the cedars, and the grove flooded with the light of sacrifice.